All right, this is the matter of Bertha Hill, DOC number 380488. Ms. Hill's date of birth is July 17th of 1967. She's classified as a first felony offender. She has an adjusted good time date of October the 2nd of 2026, full term date of June the 10th of 2036. She is currently serving a 20-year sentence on the charge of forcible rape. Ms. Hill, is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hill, your case was assigned to me, so I'm going to begin the interview process. I'm going to read a little information into the record. Ms. Hill, by my calculations, you're 56 years old. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been in prison approximately 40 years. Is that right? Or how many years?
40.
40 years. Okay. You've been you've been in prison. You're serving 40 years. You've been in prison about 27 years. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're classified as a low risk. You've got high needs, substance abuse, mental health, and you have some significant medical issues. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, we have read the facts of the case. The facts of your case are pretty significant. It's my understanding you were a drug addict. You are a drug addict, and at the time were addicted to cocaine and other substances. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that led you to selling, for lack of a better term, your 8-year-old daughter to a drug dealer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've taken a number of programs, I see, while you've been in there. You have a mental health level of a 3, which is a severe mental health illness. You've been evaluated by a disciplinary team. Doctor, perhaps you could give us some insight. We have seen both videos, the video that you gave us, as well as the video of the ability of Ms. Hill. Bring us up to date, if you would, for the record, on her medical issues.
Yes, sir. Medically, she was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer, rectal cancer. She has a very large rectal mass that has invaded through the rectal wall. She does have metastases that are located both in the lymph nodes and possibly also some areas in her lung. She is currently undergoing chemotherapy every 3 weeks. Right now, she is following up with colorectal surgery, also as well as with oncology, and hopefully soon they will be starting radiation oncology as well to try to help save her life. It is a pretty significant, life-threatening cancer that she has right now. She also underwent a diverting colostomy in order to prevent obstruction. Several weeks ago, she's healed well from that and doing well with a colostomy in place, but she's still pretty sick and still with quite a fight ahead.
What about her mobility, her ability to get around?
And she's able to walk and able to take care of herself somewhat, does need assistance. The biggest issue for her mobility is hurt, significant pain. With the mass as big as hers is, trying to move around causes issues. So she is more bedbound than not.
Is there a prognosis that you might be able to share with us in terms of where she'll be in the near future?
Yeah, you're saying physically wise, or?
Yes, physically wise first, and anything else you can share with us.
Okay. Life expectancy, it's definitely hard to put an exact date or anything on it. I can tell you without the treatment, months maybe. With the treatment, we may extend it. Okay.
What would be your recommendation as to where she would go if this board were to give her a medical parole?
If she is granted parole, we do have it set up for her to go to a nursing home, the Villa in Baton Rouge, Jackson, Louisiana, which would also help provide care for her, as well as get her to her appointments and everything that she would need.
one of the things I believe that I would be remiss in not asking is obviously she was a drug addict. Uh, is this medication that she's taking, are there precautions to make sure that she doesn't get back on drugs, et cetera? I mean, if she's at the villa, can we be fairly confident that she's unlikely to be able to get any illicit drugs?
I mean, I believe so. You know, it's a healthcare facility, much like we're treated, you know, here as
Okay.
well. Is that yes, we're.
What about her mental ability? Do you have any information for us on her mental health? I see that she's at a mental health level 3, which is a severe mental illness. Can you share any information with us about that?
I mean, as long as she's been here, she's been taking her medications and it's been very stable. And as long as we continue the medication, yes, feel like it'll be the same. She'll continue.
And I've read the letters and the recommendations, and it's likewise your recommendation that she be treated at the villa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That we
Board,
can.
any comments? Any additional information you'd like to give us?
No, I mean, I can just add, you know, she recently transferred obviously to us from another institution in February. So she has been living in our infirmary care because she did transfer, obviously due to these medical issues. And we started treatment with her. We have been in contact with Villa, so they are aware of, you know, the care that she'll need. And just due to her charge, they're also, you know, they've been informed of that as well, and they don't have any issues from that.
Any questions? Ms. Hill, is there anything you'd like to say before the board votes?
No, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Hill. I'll vote first. Considering the offense that you committed and the basis, or I guess the reason, what was going on in your life back 27 years ago, the length of time that you've served in custody, your institutional contact, it doesn't appear from all of the records that you are at risk to yourself or anyone else. In a medical assessment of your condition has been verified by all of our disciplinary medical staff, suggesting that we grant a medical parole. It would be my vote to grant a medical parole to the villa, recommended by the medical staff and the disciplinary staff there. So that would be my vote. Ms. Jackson. I'm sorry, I think we do have a speaker. Ms. Rhonda Hill, I'm sorry. Would you like to say anything?
Yes, I would. I am the oldest of my mom's 3 daughters. My first visit seeing her physically was this March. It was my first time in 36 years since I was 6 years old. I am in support of her getting the medical parole to the villa. I have been out to visit the villa. I have been in constant contact with the coordinator at that facility. And I am just, you know, willing to support my mom in any area. I have been flying in and out of Texas to Baton Rouge, you know. So me and my family collectively, we are in support of her, anything that she should need. I am a registered nurse. The medical history, you know, is just really hard, you know, right now. I have custody of the victim's 3 children, which is my middle sister, you know, so it's just a lot. But as the oldest, I am willing to give her all of the support that she would need in order to be a productive citizen in society. You know, she has taken full responsibility and accountability, because that's very important to me, to the charges that she was charged with in her past, you know, and so I'm looking forward to helping her, you know, continue her 12 steps, continue her program. And so that's all that I ask, if the board would really consider granting her a medical release to the facility.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hill. She's very lucky to have you. Thank you for your discussion here with us, and thank you for your support of your mother. My vote, I will continue with my vote and to grant the medical parole. Ms. Jackson?
My vote is the same, Ms. Hill, due to your medical issues and the fact that the victim in this case is in favor of your being granted relief. But obviously, she had some issues as a result of what's happened to her in her life, which is why your other daughter has to take care of the 3 children, which is very unfortunate. But in light of your medical circumstances and the victim not being opposed, my vote would be to grant to the villa.
Sorry.
Okay.
Ms. Wise?
Yes, Ms. Hill, I'm just grateful that you had the support that you have for your family. You do have a letter of recommendation from one of the officers in the file. That was very good to see. You completed substance abuse and sex offender treatment while you did LTCW. So, you have that information. You know what you have to do. Best wishes to you. My vote is to grant as well, conditionally to a nursing home.
Thank you very much. Ms. Hill, you received 3 votes to grant your medical parole to the facility at the villa. And good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.